In the sun-baked village of Kando Torkur, where the Volta Lake lapped against fishing nets and palm trees whispered secrets to the wind, lived a young man named Kofi. He was 20, lean from hauling water and mending roofs, with eyes that caught the lake's shimmer. Kofi owned no land, no Sadies to spare, but he had Shadow, a sleek black dog with a white blaze on his chest, born under the same thatched roof where Kofi had grown. Shadow followed him everywhere, to the yam fields along the red dirt paths, even to the lakeside where women pounded fufu and laughed loud enough to scatter egrets. Wealthy traders from Ho offered sacks of cocoa for the dog. Train him to guard your compound, they urged. Sell him and buy a trotro seat to Accra. Kofi only laughed, ruffling Shadow's ears. He's not cargo. He's the beat in my chest when the night is too quiet. The villagers clicked tongues behind their hands. Youth wastes what age covets, they muttered. Kofi shrugged. Comfort is a blanket, peace is the fire beneath it. One dawn, before the roosters finished their quarrel, Shadow was gone. His woven sleeping mat lay cold. Kofi searched the mango groves, the cassava patches, the lake's edge where pirogues bobbed like sleeping crocodiles. Nothing. Word spread faster than harmattan dust. Neighbors gathered under the baobab. Hey, Kotti. Your luck has cracked like an overripe pawpaw. You should have sold that dog when the price was sweet. Kofi sat on his stool, palms open. Maybe loss. Maybe not. The lake takes and the lake gives. We'll see. They left shaking their heads, certain the boy's heart was only borrowing calm. 3 market days later, as the sun bled orange across the water, barking erupted at the village gate. Shadow burst through, tongue lolling, and behind him trotted 3 lean bush dogs, wild-eyed, ribs showing, coats the color of river mud. They had followed him down from the Affogato hills, lured by his fearless heart. The village square exploded. Children chased tails, aunties ululated. Kofi, you are blessed. Oh. 1 dog becomes 4. Kofi knelt, letting the newcomers sniff his fingers. Maybe plenty. Maybe not. Too many mouths, too few fish. Let the days speak. Kofi's younger brother, Kwame, 14, all knees and bravado, begged to tame the wild ones. I'll make them fetch guard dance suo, he boasted. Kofi warned him. Respect their teeth. But boys hear thunder as music. One afternoon Kwame mounted the fiercest dog bareback, yelling yee. The animal bucked, spun, and flung him against a termite mound. Bones snapped like dry bamboo. Kwame's scream scattered goats. By nightfall the leg was splinted with bamboo and palm fiber. The healer's herbs smelled sharp as regret. Villagers filed past the doorway. First the dog vanished, then returned with trouble, now this. Kofi, your ancestors must be angry. Kofi pressed a cool cloth to Kwame's forehead. Pain carves the path. We walk it and see where it leads. Weeks later, war drums rolled from the north. Rebel militias, drunk on grievance and palm wine, swept village after village, pressing every able youth into their ranks. Royal soldiers arrived at dawn, boots kicking up dust devils. All boys above 14, line up. Mothers wailed, fathers hid behind false walls. The soldiers took every straight limb, except one. Kwame, leg still bound, was waved away with a sneer. Cripples stay. Silence fell like a funeral cloth. Then a whisper grew. Kofi's misfortune saved his brother. The same tongues that had pitted now praised. The dog ran, the boy fell, the war came. Everything chained together like beads on a waist string. That night Kofi sat by the lake with Shadow's head in his lap. The 3 wild dogs lay nearby, no longer wild, bellies round from shared tilapia. Fireflies stitched gold across the dark. Kwame hobbled over on a crutch carved from odum wood. Brother, he said, voice small. I thought the fall was the end of me. Kofi scratched behind Shadow's ears. Ends are just doors wearing masks. He looked at the stars spilling across the Volta like spilled millet. We judge the soup by one taste. Life keeps stirring. Kwame laughed, the sound bright as breaking dawn. So the dog, the fall, the war, everything happens for a reason? Kofi smiled, the same smile he'd worn through loss and return. Reason hides in the smoke. Keep breathing, little brother. The fire reveals it. And under the Ghanaian sky, where ancestors dance in every ripple of the lake, the village learned to wait before naming any day good or bad. For what looks like a curse at sunrise may be the shadow of a blessing stretching long into tomorrow.